Hey everyone, Fantasy Dancer here, and we're back with some more variations. I have to apologize in advance for my voice on this one. I'm getting over a bit of a cold right now, so you just have to bear with me. I just want to make sure we got a video out on time for you guys. Now, our variations today are on a cocktail called the White Rose, which we did on Monday. So when I tried it out on Monday, I mentioned that it was more on the tart and dry side for my particular liking. So for this variation, I opted for an Old Tom gin instead of a London dry gin, to see if that maybe adds a little bit of sweetness to the drink and help balance that a little bit. We're gonna see if that worked. It definitely takes out some of the dryness and replaces it with a bit of sweet. You still get the nice tartness from the lime juice. Yeah, you get the really nice cherry from the Luxardo, or the Maraschino Liqueur. And I'd say overall it's not necessarily a sweet cocktail now, but I find it's more well balanced. It's not just straight dry and tart. You get the sweet with the tart, and they're kind of paired together a little bit better than the one from Monday, in my opinion. Well, that's our Old Tom White Rose. So we used 1.5 ounces of Old Tom gin, 1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce of lime juice, 1/2 ounce of Maraschino Liqueur, and 1 egg white. For our second variation, I know some of you aren't super fond of adding egg white to your cocktails, and I can't say I blame you. But I wanted to see what would happen if we just left it out of the drink completely, how that would affect the taste, obviously the looks, and maybe the texture. We're gonna find out. It definitely doesn't glide over the tongue as nicely as the original. You do lose that kind of light, frothy feel to it. And, I think the egg white does dilute it a little bit, which I guess would be expected with the volume of it. We do get a little bit of that burn from the gin now because it's not quite as diluted as it was before. Overall, the taste is very similar, but it is a little bit stronger in that sense. And it's just not as pretty. But for this one, this is our Eggless White Rose. So we use 1.5 ounces of Beefeater Gin, 1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce of lime juice, and 1/2 ounce of Maraschino Liqueur. And our last variation. So I mentioned on Monday we'd be making a later version of the White Rose, and that's this one here. So Harry Craddock in the Royal Cocktail Book kind of changed the amounts of gin to Maraschino Liqueur. So for this one we're only using 1/4 ounce of Maraschino Liqueur to kind of match his parts more accurately. And we also swapped the lemon juice the lime juice for a lemon juice, which is what the Café Royal Cocktail Book mentions in the 1937 edition. So we're gonna go ahead and see how much that changed things. Taking away the Maraschino Liqueur brings out a lot more of the tart from the citrus. I'm getting a lot more lemon juice now. Yeah, I can't say I like this as much as the one with 1/2 ounce of Maraschino Liqueur. You kind of lose a bit of that balance because the Maraschino added some sweet to it, so even though it was still a dry drink, had some sweet, and this is I'm really mostly getting lemon juice and like that tart and dry versus any kind of the sweet from the Maraschino Liqueur. So this one, I think I'd stick with the other recipe. But anyways, this is the Café Royal's White Rose. So it was 1.5 ounces of Beefeater Gin, 1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1/4 ounce of Maraschino Liqueur, and 1 egg white. Now between the three, this is another one that's pretty obvious which one is my favorite. But it's also partly because I made this one particularly for my own palate. That's the Old Tom gin here. I'm going to have one more sip just because my throat's a little dry. That is our variations on the White Rose cocktail. I hope you like this video and enjoy the drink. Subscribe to follow along and check out some of our other videos we post Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Please drink responsibly.